What's up, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Club podcast. I'm Pugh, and along with me, as always, is Griff Pugh. If this is your first time, thank you so much for tuning in. The Cigar Club podcast is where we talk all things cigars with the Cigar Club family every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode is all about Bits of Havana. We're going to be going through each unique size as well as the limited edition, the size that just dropped. This is my first time smoking the original Bits of Havana. Griff, I know you are a huge fan. You've talked about it. You've hyped it up. So we had to do a podcast on it. Now, each of us has smoked the new edition as well. But as far as the regular Bits of Havana, first time for me. So we've got two sizes of that and then the limited edition one. But before we get into it, Griff, how you doing?
Top of the afternoon.
What size are we
Pugh?
smoking first, and what are you drinking?
Havana or Havana, number one?
Bits of Havana. Bits of Havana. I mean, Havana
I
sounds...
think Havana. I think Havana.
It's Havana Nights. I think you go either way.
I think a number one. I just holding. Let's start with Petit Corona. I don't know if you'd said this. I kind of trailed off for a second. Petit Corona, Robusto.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't, but you've got it.
Oh. Look at the band on this thing.
It
is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And when he added the blue to the Especial, I mean, it is...
I think I prefer
is so beautiful.
The blue Especial one, but I think it's because it has...
Pop.
And I love the secondary band on it. That secondary band just screams a Cuban cigar. And I think it thematically fits perfectly as well. Now, after the last episode, I got yelled at by you for lighting it up prior going into the podcast.
So we're going to walk through this together because, as Pugh said, you've never smoked just normal Bits of Havana.
Nope.
We've smoked several of the Especials over the past couple of weeks, which we purchased a couple weeks ago, which, stick around for the giveaway, could involve this.
Maybe.
I think the whole goal of this, I did not look at the outline, of this podcast is to see if we can taste any differences between these two sizes. We've done does size matter, and obviously we know it does. So we'll see if we lean towards one size or another. And then maybe halfway down the road, we're going to add in the Especial. Yep. Which we should obviously notice a difference. He
it is a different blend.
Medio Tiempo into it, which I love because it's a little
bit
bolder.
Me as well.
So that's really it. We'll create conversation in the interim, and I want your honest, because I have not smoked this cigar probably for 4 or 5 months. Probably last time I was in Cincinnati. I want to know if you love it, if you hate it. It smells phenomenal.
Is the OG Bits, which is, I think you've said, one of your all-time favorite cigars, was that the Petite Corona, or is it a Robusto? So it's the Petite Corona. This is OG Bits size, at least.
Yep.
All right. So before I light up, while you're lighting up, this is a little detail on this one. It's 100% Aganorsa. This is by Kyle Gellis, as you all know, who is Warp Cigars, but this is specifically through DropCigarClub.com. These are one-off releases. Bits tends to be not necessarily one-off, but a sellout, and it comes back with it. It's a 4.5 by 42. Nicaraguan origin, obviously. Wrapper is Nicaraguan Corojo 99. The binder is Nicaraguan, and the filler is Nicaraguan Criollo 98 and Corojo 99. So the same is going to be for the Robusto, which just happens to be a larger size at a 5 by 48. So cold draw.
God damn.
Oh, that cold draw is like bright red, ripe strawberries.
First puff, it's like...
Oh God, that's good. It's like strawberries and cream.
So good.
You know what it's like?
I don't want you. I don't want you just saying it's good because I'm here. Okay.
No. I know you're the super honest feedback, and everyone probably thinks that I'm just bullshitting, that I'm just overly positive all the time. I do have to even us out a little bit, but I'm going to go in this one being Griff. I'm going to be very honest. I always am. I'm going to maybe even more a little critical than I normally am.
I just love this cigar. Everything about it. The size, the artwork, the initial puff. It's just so good. And also, I don't know about your draw, but it's not the loosest. Like
mine was perfect.
It's a little bit firm.
Mm-mm.
Yours is not firm?
No, not at all.
Interesting. Mine is a little bit firm, but it's not too much.
Ooh. Spicy on the retro to start. I love this petite Corona size. We've
it's the
beat
best.
This to death. We did a damn Pichardo exclusive, which is now live. Yeah. So if you haven't picked up your 5-pack of Pichardo exclusives, they're live. Get them. Heck, pick up 2 5-packs. It's going to be a great winter smoke, great end of summer smoke, just a great all-around time smoke. Are you drinking? Is that
if we weren't smoking other cigars, which this episode is going to pain me a little bit because we're not going to probably finish any of them.
No.
But if we were just to smoke this and talk about life and bullshit, it'd probably still be a solid 50 to 55 minutes, I would think.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of misconception that smaller cigars like a short Robusto or Petite Corona or a Corona are going to equate into sub-hour smokes. And I've had plenty of cigars that are larger ring gauges or larger, a Toro that smokes super quickly, depending on the tobacco, depending on the pack. So don't let size discourage you into necessarily equating that into how long it's going to smoke. You just kind of don't know until you go into it, and then once you've smoked one, you can kind of get an idea.
To answer your question, I am drinking a little San Pellegrino sparkling water this afternoon.
What is that drinking vessel that you're drinking out of, Griff? That doesn't look like the Cigar Club official sponsor, Pirani Life. Thank you for being the official drinking vessel sponsor. I am drinking some black coffee. Griff, where can they find them, and what's the discount code? Because you know that off the top of your head.
Pirani.life, Pirani.life. Cigar Club Podcast will be the discount. We have a weird, I don't want to say fetish because that's kind of weird, but maybe it is a fetish. We love cups.
Yeah.
And, hence, I've said it so many times now. We just love them. And when they reached out, I'm like, damn, this is just a good cup. I cannot wait to use it in the wintertime with some bourbon.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot wait for fall and winter. Good
I know.
God, I'm so excited. Dude,
this is the first time.
Speaking of which,
what you got?
Breaking news. I don't know if you've ever heard of a website called CNN.com.
CNN.com. Yes. I think they're out of Atlanta.
It's a news channel. They just put out a top 6 or top 10 places to visit this fall.
Okay.
Every place was international, other than number 4 was Greenville, South Carolina. How crazy is that?
The hell you got going on?
Above us was Samoa, and below us was Egypt. And number 4, I swear to God, CNN, Ramsey can pull it. Best places to travel in 2022 for fall was Greenville, South Carolina. I'm like, come on.
What's going on that we don't know about? The only thing that's there is you and Kanga Cooler headquarters. That's about the only thing I know is Greenville.
The only thing here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, you got to come here and experience it. So I encourage you, if you've not come to the city of Greenville in South Carolina, because there's a Greenville in every state, come and visit, and I'd love to meet up with you.
Do you guys have a beautiful fall? Were you there? Have you been there for a fall?
Yeah, we moved here last October.
I could not remember when you moved. I would have told you it was January.
It was October 10th, maybe.
Okay.
Granted, the first kind of month was just a complete blur, but
yeah,
we have been here for a fall, but I'm excited to kind of be here a little bit before fall.
Do you have nice leaves, change color, and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what made y'all beat out every other place in the world.
Yeah, it's just a little slice of heaven. So I don't know. It's kind of cool to see. We're very used to that coming from Pensacola. Oddly enough, that beach always makes so many lists. But,
I bet.
Seeing Greenville in there was kind of exciting. So
yeah, that's awesome. Well, this is the first time I'm having a hot beverage out of my Pirani, and this is actually completely not related to hyping them up, but normally cups get hot on the outside. Not at all. I actually really like that. It's really nice insulated tumbler.
It's a good
and I don't normally drink coffee out of any other vessel than my Ember mug, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I stopped with the Ember mug a long time ago for no reason, really. I just... Actually, I think when we moved, I kind of just packed it and never really unpacked it.
Yeah.
But
this is good.
It's a great cigar.
It's really good.
And for the price...
I am jealous that...
to be honest with you.
I'm jealous that I didn't get the packaging paper that it comes in.
It doesn't.
It's like...
Only if you buy a bundle. Yeah.
Okay.
Fives and
jealous.
10s. Yeah, 5s and 10s just come in singles.
Warped bag? Got it.
Yeah, in a warped bag.
But
But the bundle has been on my list to buy just because I want the whole thing I can just have on my shelf.
It looks good.
It's amazing.
It's classic. And I got to say, and I think the reason why I jumped on the Especial bits was because it came in a box, and that the presentation in that box was really, really nice. So I think there's something to speak about being in a 10-count box as well as a large bundle. I think they fit both really well for this blend in this cigar.
To me, this cigar, I've probably said it a couple of times, should be in everyone's humidor. It's just like... It's a phenomenal morning smoke with coffee. Oh, my God.
I'm really enjoying it with coffee. That's why I paired
so
it with
good.
this.
But a lot of his stuff, Corto specifically.
Aganorsa tobacco does really well with just the sweetness and richness of it. Does really well with coffee. And I think we've tried to get these in boxes before, but I don't think they don't do it just outside of their retail sales, which is fine, understandable. I know production is tough to do, but that'd been a fun one. Pipeline Dream.
These are a few of the cigars that we have to purchase at full price, which...
Yep. No issues with it.
No issues. It is weird, but I do like supporting, especially when it's Bits. I would obviously buy them anytime. So we should probably light up the Robusto here in a second.
Yeah, I mean, I guess... Does he call... I'm curious. I'm pulling up what they call the Especial. It's a 4.5 by 50. This is a 5 by 48.
Like
I mean, I guess...
I
mean, he calls this a Robusto, but side by side with this, it looks more of like a... I mean, I guess it's the same. It just looks so much smaller, but yeah, let's light up into it.
Robusto?
Yeah.
This reminds me of our Fratello Does Size Matter podcast.
It does, and if you haven't watched that one, go back and watch it. You get to see Griff and I fit 4 cigars in our mouth all at once. Maybe it was 5?
A little less barnyard. That foot just smells so sweet.
Yeah.
It's fruity. It's floral.
It's funny because the ratio of binder to filler is different and wrapper. The cold draw is more like citrus fruit as opposed to strawberry and cream that I had with the Petite Corona. Yeah, you do a cold draw on this and you're like, God, this is an infused cigar because it's so sweet in that initial cold draw. And I mean, that's a characteristic. That's why we always say we can pick out Aganorsa tobacco blind. We're going to get one day, we're going to put this to the test, and we're going to fail miserably, and we'll lose all credentials. But while we haven't done that, we can pick it out.
What's the official size of this?
It is a, drum roll please, 5 by 48.
Man. That's a great size.
It looks smaller than a 5 by 48. If you would have given this to me, I would have said this is a weird Corona.
Yeah.
Or a Corona Gorda.
And it's firmly packed.
Yeah.
Beautiful
wrapper. And that's
wrapper.
been the issue that I've had with some dropped releases is the packs were way too loose.
Yep. Skyflower being one of them.
Skyflower and the first drop release, Dragon's Wish, was... It's like they didn't put filler into it. And it was just a wrapper.
They forgot the filler person.
God, I bet these age phenomenally. Ooh. Initially, I like the Petite Corona better. Although I take that
a little different.
It's completely different. It is not as... The Petite Corona isn't as... It's more fruity. the Robusto size is like pure cream. Holy hell. So I take that back. I may not. I don't know. This is good.
Dude, I don't know. There is a wildly amount of differences.
Go back real quick to the Petite Corona. It's completely different than when I was just smoking the Petite Corona.
Sweeter.
Yeah. By a long shot. And maybe
By a
just
long
the front
shot.
of this is packed, layered differently because you want oils for combustion in the front. So let it get going. So I'm curious to see after a few minutes what this ends
Robusto.
up being. Yeah. These episodes are always so weird as a...
Son of a bitch. I might like the Robusto.
Dude! This
That
is...
a killer cigar.
I would have told you that this is a completely different blend. I am dumbfounded with how much the vitola change has made. Oh God. I'm
actually kind of pissed.
I'm literally checking right now to make sure that the blend is the same. They even have the tasting notes to be the same. So the tasting notes and these are all subjective, so there's no right or wrong. Cedar, white pepper, sugarcane, and dried berries. And I think between the two, I'm certainly getting across, I get white pepper on the retro for both of those. But the Robusto is creamier. I think it almost rivals. So the creamiest cigar that I can think of to me is the Fratello Oro. Absolutely love that cigar. I think the Bits of Havana Robusto is creamier than that cigar.
Or
the white band principle? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh,
no,
I
I just exhaled and I'm like, son of a bitch, that's good.
Yeah.
I was thinking also Villiger cream.
Yeah, you've
This
is creamier.
slams Petite Corona.
I agree. But the Petite Corona, damn, I don't know.
But
I'm
when
torn.
we first lit the Petite Corona, I'm like,
It was-
dang, this thing is fucking good.
How could it get better?
This is so different. How's your draw?
Phenomenal. I'm blown away. I'm finishing both of these. Before or after the episode.
This could be on my top 5, folks.
I'm very shocked right now. Like, I'm almost speechless with how both... I don't want to shit on Kyle, but I have had bad experiences in the past before, so I went into it on top of those experiences with a new release, and I'm pleasantly... This is, to me, what Warped is.
This is Warped, baby.
This is Warped. This is what Warped cigars were to me in 2016.
Golly,
Stop what
that's
you're
good.
doing right now. Go to Drop Cigar. Well, I'm going to give it Drop
And
Cigar Club.
FYI, they did not send us these cigars. We
No,
purchased
these are
them.
not sponsored in any way. Pause the
This is
podcast
just
if you're on the
a
road.
genius
Pull
idea
over.
by me.
He wants me to say it, folks. Griff, this was beyond a genius idea by you.
I don't even want to smoke that Petite Corona.
Damn.
And that's so crazy because I lit it up and like, oh, so good. This Robusto is phenomenal.
It's
If I drink too
clean.
much tonight on Scott's podcast, I will be purchasing, God only
Bundles?
knows, maybe a bundle.
Dude, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. You pull off on bourbon this month, although I think you've already spent your bourbon allotment. And,
I've been using that on tequila, but
true. We're going to have to do a tequila episode soon. You got to teach me.
well, shit,
This
I'm
is
not
damn
the guy to
good.
teach, but it's so good.
God. I mean, I'm going back and forth because I think that's just a fun thing to do. But that Robusto is if you want to know what 2016 Warped tasted like for me, buy a 5-pack of these.
Yeah. I would honestly say if we could put this in the front of the episode, we're smoking the Robusto, we're smoking the Petite Corona. Buy both Smoke them with us, and you will see the difference. I guarantee it.
I cut out there. I don't know if you cut out or I cut out. I have no idea what you said, but I'm going to take it and say that's damn truth.
I just said, if we can put this at the start of the video, which now it's said 3 times, we're going to smoke the Petite Corona and the Robusto, and you will notice a difference 100%. And I guarantee you, I bet you might like the Robusto more. That's a creamy,
and you know what?
AF cigar.
I don't know, and I'm sure I have, but to me, a Robusto starts at a 50 ring gauge. Like when I think in my head, a 5x50 is a traditional Robusto. And I guess anytime I went under 50, I assumed it was like a Corona Gorda. I really, really enjoy a 5x48.
Yeah.
I
also like a 5 3/4 by 48, but it's phenomenal.
Damn. I see why. So this is the Robusto better than what your vision or remembrance of the OG Bits was?
Well,
it's hard. I know that's hard to do because it's been so long, but
I mean, every time I smoke the Petite Corona Bits, which is the only size I've ever smoked Bits in, first off, never smoked it in this size. It's always amazing because I don't have anything to compare it to. I'm not comparing it to the Robusto right then and there, right? But I didn't think there was going to be that noticeable of a difference.
Yeah. Because when we did the Fratello one, there was we
small little nuances.
Yeah, exactly. And then as you got into more of a Perfecto style vitola, and in the torpedo, box press torpedo, like those obviously are going to draw the smoke in differently, so that changes it. But I wouldn't have said that there were different blends. I would say that these taste like 2 different blends. And
yeah,
I love being smacked in the face with being wrong. Like there's something humbling about it. There's the newness of the experience. It changes how I think about, as we go to Blend Customs 2023, like, okay, here's a 5x50, but what if we did a 5x48? Like, what's that going to change? Let's try it in that. Whereas before, I think I would have been like, there's going to be no noticeable difference between a 5x50 and a 5x48. And now I'm like, okay, depending on the blend, there certainly can be. And Kyle's really, one thing that I like, and I didn't mean to cut you off there, one thing I like about Kyle, and I've heard this from numerous interviews and factory owners, he's very, very hands-on in the blending, to the point of when he blends a cigar, he purposely layers tobacco and bunches tobacco in a certain way to get the profile and the experience that he is looking for. So he goes into it knowing what he wants out of it, and he's very good at manipulating tobacco to get that end result. And I think that's what we have here in between the Petite Corona and the Robusto is it wasn't just, okay, I want to do this blend at a different size, is I think he purposely blended each of these sizes and layered the tobacco and the ratios differently to get a different profile from each cigar. I would be surprised if that wasn't the case here.
To me, they're both pretty clean cigars. I think the Robusto is just a little bit cleaner.
I completely agree.
I just went back to the Petite Corona, which was still lit after probably 10 minutes.
Amazing.
Crazy. And I also have a lot of gas from the San Pellegrino, so I'm like struggling to
let it out. Nothing's gonna be worse than the soda episode that we did.
Yeah, true. But I took a hit of, or a draw rather, of Petite Corona, and I was like, it is a little more campfire-y currently than this Robusto.
Yeah, I'm getting it's cinnamon, but it's almost spicier than cinnamon on the Petite Corona. Like, I want to call it ginger, but it's not as punchy or in your face as ginger is. But there's a spicy element. Maybe it's the white pepper that they've got listed, but there's a spicy element in the Petite Corona that I'm getting now that I'm smoking the Robusto that I didn't necessarily pick up when I was just smoking the Petite Corona. Also, love to see lighter still working. Do we still have the soft flame lighter? Have we lost that yet?
Yeah, it's different. No, I still have the lighter from PCA. It's now officially though out of juice.
Uh-oh.
But
I'm pulling a
so I had
Griff
to
over
switch. Yeah, I had to switch to my heavy duty torch.
Was that the first time
Also,
you hadn't filled it up since PCA?
No, I filled it up once or twice more.
Okay, I was going to say, damn, it's got a tank to it.
It's also, even though it's not that big of a difference, in your mouth it feels like you're smoking like a cigarette or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, both are fantastic cigars.
I'm blown away.
If I was sent either or, I'd be pleased with, either option.
Yeah.
But when you're doing them back to back, side by side like this, hands down, I'd pick the Robusto.
Yeah, it's certainly, God, yeah. It's night and day. I mean, I just had to retouch up the Petit Corona a little bit, but they both, wow.
I mean, the burn
It's not often that we're speechless here.
Impeccable burn.
Yeah, the Robusto's burning
you're
perfectly.
Right, it is. Now I'm thinking, do a little palate cleanse here.
Okay. I can only have coffee, so that's what we're going with.
And we add a little.
We throwing a new blend into the
Medio
mix?
Tiempo into the blend, into the mix.
Let's do it. And are you going straight cut for all of these? That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Beautiful cigar.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm torn. I almost want this blue band on the regular bits. Firmer pack.
Similar nose.
It's not the nose isn't as sweet to me
Correct.
as the first two. So I'm going to read out while we get this lit up, or you get it lit up. I'm going to read out the description that they have for the Bits of Havana Especial.
Also, real quick, it's not, and this just could be a complete one-off, but the foot of this is like a soft box press. Is yours, or is it not?
Mine is
just
not.
be
Mine
this
is
one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of actually weird that this one is.
I was walking around Chicago, and I had cigars in my pocket, and I went down and I pulled them out. It was the Pichardo exclusive, and I had a soft pocket press because it was not round anymore. But it was not a square, but it was a pocket press, and that was a little fun. But Kyle said they took the beloved Bits of Havana blend and amplified it with Jalapa Medio Tempo, adding an abundance of depth and chewiness to an already fruit-dominant blend. The wrapper is a Jalapa Corojo 99 shade grown. The filler is going to be Nicaraguan Criollo 98, Corojo 99, plus that Jalapa Corojo 99 Medio Tempo. And then the binder is Nicaraguan Criollo 98. He says this is about a medium plus. It's a 4x50 with notes of rich earth, wood, cinnamon, molasses, dried fruit, leather, black pepper, and cocoa. Mouthful of tasting notes there, but I'm curious to see what the Medio Tempo does to this blend.
So this is the loosest straw of the other two, of the three total.
Opposite for me. Tightest straw.
Really?
Yeah.
Mouthfeel, I don't love. I mean, again, it's your bigger ring gauge cigar. It's just not for me necessarily. 48 is the freaking ring gauge of all ring gauges. Just
we may not be smoking this. I've got a Griff lighter.
Nothing. It's 48 or nothing.
There we go.
I'm also not trying to burn the shit out of it. I will say this is my third or fourth Especial. This cigar does not necessarily satisfy me completely.
This will be my third one. Although I don't think the second one counts because I wasn't all there, and it was after a really big meal. It's funny, I'm going back and just keeping the other two lit, so I don't want them to go out.
God, smoke output on this beast is killer. Wow.
Much
Obviously,
more black pepper up front.
There's going to be differences for sure.
Yes. Much more black pepper on the front of this one, at least in the first couple puffs. God, look at that smoke.
Oh, I'm smoking this place out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because my palate has already smoked two different cigars, but I like this a lot more than the first two when I smoked on a clean palate.
The first two that you smoked to this, I agree.
Yes.
Immediately, the body is like he lists this at medium plus, and I can immediately tell that this is a more full-bodied cigar.
Excuse me. My bad.
Hey, let him rip. Is there some merit that... Now, I'm smoking this from what you sent me, so this is not from the box that I purchased. Is this... Because we each purchased a box, and we purchased another one, right? Is this from your box, or is this from the box that we bought for the podcast?
Wow, that's a lot to comprehend.
It is. The point being, maybe this box is a little extra special.
No, this is the box I purchased for the podcast, which is all I've smoked. I haven't smoked my box yet. Which is actually still saran wrapped in my office.
Yeah, I couldn't. I had to jump right. I smoked that bad boy right off the truck. I got it, opened it up, and I was like, I got into it. All right, so at this point, I'm trying to keep all three lit and going back. The limited edition Especial, much more full-bodied, much more darker notes to it. It's not as fruity as the regular Bits is. I'm getting some of that black pepper, which has started to subside now that I'm getting into the cigar, and more leather earthiness as opposed to the creamy, heavy fruity notes in the regular Bits. And that's out.
Yeah, I will say this Robusto, OG Robusto, is very, very tight.
All of my, that's funny, because all of my packs are completely perfect. The draw's perfect, not overly loose. I don't have to slow down what my normal puff rate is, or puff as I draw it. So, little tip for anyone that may be new to cigars or has issues when you've got different, maybe a light pack or a full pack. You will need to, as you smoke a cigar, be conscious of how the draw is. So if you have a draw that's super loose, you're going to want to reuse the word and abuse the word, draw slower and maybe more lightly so that you don't overheat the cigar. Whereas if you have a more firm pack, you tend to have to draw in a little bit harder to get through all the way. And that'll help keep a consistent burn through your cigar and not overheat it or not have it go out too much on you. But for these three, packs are the same. The draw is perfect across all three, with the Especial being a little tighter than the other two, but not too noticeable.
There's something which doesn't make any sense. On paper, you would think this would be right up my alley. There's something about the Especial that just, I don't know, doesn't do it.
If I had to pick right now, correct, I'm going with the Robusto OG, or not OG, but the Robusto normal Bits of Havana.
Yeah.
Because I'm smoking the Especial and I'm just immediately picking up the Robusto because I want it.
That's just a super creamy cigar.
There's and it kills me that I can't pick it out, but as I smoke the Robusto Bits of Havana, there's a gummy candy-like quality that I'm getting. Whether, maybe like it's not like a Sour Patch Kid, but like maybe an unsoured Patch Kids. I don't eat really anything other than Sour Patch Kids as far as a gummy candy is, but a fruit gum candy is exactly what I'm getting right now.
That's really interesting. I'm trying to envision that.
Smoke it, and then retro at the end.
I can't retro. Okay. You know that. Yeah, I got like a deviated septum or something. I can't. It's physically impossible for me to. I hate it.
You say that. I don't think I...
Yeah. Oh, I thought you did.
I don't think I did.
I've tried in front of like 10, masters.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go through. I
That's
kill
wild.
myself trying to do it.
Yeah, please don't do that. Oh God. Wow. I'm at a loss for words as I'm trying to smoke these.
There might not be much more to it. I encourage. If you have 3 cigars just to blow, because, I mean, we're not going to smoke all 3 of these down to the nub, but it is really a fun exercise to do, to taste the nuances.
It is. And with these cigars, I think you could smoke all 3 over the course of, several hours, or even just one back-to-back. But, yeah, this is fun. I'm trying to think what I would pair with these, and I don't think I would pair anything. The coffee is probably the limit to where I would go. I'm thinking maybe like a white wine or maybe a low-proof bourbon, but I think that would take away from the creaminess and the complexity of these cigars.
I think if you're smoking them back-to-back, I would just go with water. But if you're smoking one individually, I would probably honestly still go with water, but something like in the 90 proof range, if you're doing bourbon at least.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic cigars.
Griff, I'll give it to you. Man of few ideas, in the sense that when you have the ideas... Whoa, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Jeez.
Let me scratch that. You're a man of ideas that are always successful.
Wow. I appreciate that. It's
heartfelt.
Nice to hear. Wow.
It's very true.
It's so interesting smoking these, because I would have never thought. I was dead set on wanting to say Petite Cron to the day I die, and it still will be. But if I had the option, hey, I'm going to gift you a 5-pack Petite Cron or Robusto. Robusto all the way, buddy.
Yeah,
all the way.
So this draw on the Especial is super tight. I think it's partially because of my cut. I didn't get a full cap removal. So I'm going to go back into it and just find out if that's the case. A little fun experiment that you can do.
Mine is phenomenal.
So I'm taking a little bit under the shoulder just to open up that draw a little bit more. I don't think it's plugged or anything like that. I think it's a tight pack in general. But I think taking a little bit more of that cap off will open up the draw a little bit to where I like it. I'm going to do a little squeeze around it. And you can see, I don't know, you're not going to be able to see it, but maybe if you are watching, you can see the pack on it is just a little tight towards the head there.
Same? Better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The exact same.
Oh.
But it's not detrimental to the cigar. I just wanted to see if that opened it up and changed the performance at all.
So we should give away one of these, or we don't have that many, so.
I think we'll have to give away, I don't think we have any more of the regular bits, so I think we do have some left over of the Especial, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You've got them. So
yeah.
Question.
I have an idea. We didn't discuss this, so this could be dumb. Why don't we make the question of the day the question?
Okay. So we'll answer it, and then everyone else can answer it, and we'll pick from the answers. That's fun. Well, let's do that. Before I do that, though...
idea here.
Oh, God, folks. He'll either just never let this down or just be completely out for the next week.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into the question of the day, this might be the final tease. Depending on when this episode comes out, we may have a full announcement of everything. But
that's good.
We are teasing. A couple episodes ago, we teased one of the cigars that is going to be featured in the new subscription that we've been talking about. If you haven't watched that episode with Vlad, go back and watch it to see Daughters of the Wind Robusto. That is going to be one of the cigars in the first box of this new quarterly subscription that we will be dropping here shortly. So if you want to be the first to know about this new subscription, there will be a link below the YouTube video to sign up to be the first to know when this new subscription goes live. It will be limited, so you want to, if you're interested in it, drop your name in the list to get emailed to be notified. Jesus, we're just running on with that one. When the subscription goes live, so you can be the first to sign up so you don't miss your spot. But question of the day?
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I'm very excited. Very, very excited. You don't have it in front of you. No shocker. So question of the day, which will be, we'll answer it, and then we want to know your answers below to win, which will be the Bits of Havana Especial. This comes from JRM. What short smoke do you prefer, say, in the 4x50 range?
Wow, that wasn't the perfect question.
you didn't, and to no one's surprise, you didn't know what the question was. So you did a good job, Griff. Here we are, 2 in a row. Oh, geez.
Any of these 3 cigars that we're smoking right now? I mean, that's it. The Pichardo exclusive that we just dropped. Perfect short smoke.
Petit Corona, perfect short smoke. Warp Corto for me, if you're looking for something on the more full-bodied side. Companion, another Warp cigar out of La Isla for that one. A great short smoke.
A lot of Warp cigars, actually.
Illusione, what's the Rothschild? The Illusione Maduro Rothschild's a great fuller-bodied medium short smoke.
I'm trying to think of others.
Juarez Shots was the limited edition.
Yeah.
Juarez 2021 release. They are still out there. They came in bundles of 50 or boxes of 50. Incredible, creamy, campfire-y, marshmallowy cigar. Trying to think a couple other ones that just hit the mark for me.
I would just say if you've not had Bits,
go buy Bits.
Go buy it. It's a great short smoke, and it's a great smoke in general. I mean, it would still probably last you every bit of an hour.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, we've smoked 3 different cigars, but I'm continually going back to the Robusto, and I'm not halfway through it, and we're, probably 30 minutes into me lighting this one up.
Let us know your short smoke that we have not thought of, or maybe we've never smoked.
Yeah.
Maybe we just do an episode on strictly short smokes.
That'd be cool.
But great cigars. Surprisingly noticeable difference in the 2 specifically. And all 3, of course, but the Petit Corona and the Robusto.
I think final verdict for us is regular Bits of Havana Robusto blow the other 2 out of the water, but the other 2, that's like a difference between a 9 and a 15 on a scale of 10. That's a lot of fun. Well, I think by the time this airs, we're going to be in Mobile. We might be live on IG at some point this week as you're listening to this. So we're planning out the rest of the holiday. September boxes are going to be coming out shortly. I'm very excited. We've got a lot of new brands, some new cigars in there, some of my favorite cigars. October, cranking up the heat to roll into November and December. I can't believe it's been, we're already past halfway through the year. Insane how quickly this year's has flown by. We're blending 2023 customs. We got a lot of cool things coming out for that one. I'm changing it up a little bit this year, so by all means, stay tuned for more information for that. We've got 2 more customs released this year, not to sleep on those.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really bringing the heat for the winter. I think we've timed those 2 specific blends for the end of the year for a reason. They are full-bodied. They are different than anything that we've shipped out before for customs, at least in my opinion. And I think the story for those and the concept of where the blend started are really, really cool. So looking forward to sharing that for you to y'all for the rest of the year. So don't go anywhere, folks. We're only just getting started, and we're bringing the heat for the rest of the year, that's for sure.
Yep. That's it, folks. This was fun. I'm glad we did this.
It was.
I'll
give it to you one more time.
And I've never smoked other than the Fratello. Never smoked. It's just a different ballpark.
Exactly. Well, this was great. Let us know in the comments below to be entered into the giveaway. You know the deal, though. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for when we go live. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We are popping off on TikTok, so we'd love to see you there. We've got some different content rolling out there, as well as if you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, follow us on YouTube as well. You can see our beautiful faces and unique content there as well. But until next time, everyone, happy smoking.
Smokers have been good, damn it. Cheers, guys. Peace.
Cheers.